Grand Day Soul Siblings is Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained here on YouTube and Facebook. And I just want to do a really quick post right here today. Now, this is what I mean. A lot of people, again, they just don't want to hear an alternative to what mainstream media and celebrities tell them. They would rather judge you and attack you for speaking up or showing alternative suggestions as to what may be playing out when these people come out that look like you but may not be you. And if they are you, they are not for you. Okay? So again, I'm not saying anything. I don't know everything that this man is doing. I don't know what he's doing behind the scene. I'm not judging anyone in particular personally. Okay. Again, when I make comments about celebrities and transgenderism that has been sewn into the fabric of society, that has not been made privy to everyone the way that I feel it should be, when I'm speaking and I'm sharing things that show little signs and symbols that these people are not what they say they are, everyone has their own skeletons in the closet. Nobody is saying anyone is perfect. What I have a problem with is people that are puppets that are put up to perform certain duties to deceive and mass manipulate the people. Okay? Again, I'm not judging anyone for being the way that they are. I know a lot of these people had no choice. It was done to them at birth, being altered. Okay? So again, this is not no personal judgment to make anybody feel anyway. It's to show things that we should be aware of in certain agendas. Okay? What you do behind closed doors is none of my business as long as it's not harming any children, which again is something that goes on in Hollyweird behind the scenes. Okay? Again, we wonder why so many children are missing. Who has the power and authority in the eye, or a all-seeing intelligence eye, to be able to know where people are and how to do certain things without being detected and have protection because they are the people that are in those particular places, maybe high places, that would be able to maneuver and be undetected because everyone has some form of trust or been brainwashed to believe in everything that they see and to believe that these people can't be doing certain things. Okay. So again, this has nothing to do with somebody does behind closed doors. If someone that was a heterosexual couple were doing something obscene out in public in front of children or out in public, getting too hot and heavy and they should be getting a room or going home, that is a problem for me as well because it's exposing our children or people in the public to things that, again, they didn't ask to see. Okay, it's a way that we should be conducting ourselves. So at the end of the day, when things like bills and acts are being signed into play so heavily before other people get certain things that they are due, or again, I don't think these people owe anybody anything at this point, but to leave us alone and let us prosper. Okay, again, there's so much stuff that goes into that. But, and I know this seems like it's going all around, but I'm talking about almost the same damn thing. Okay. So again, that's not me personally talking about that person in their character. It is just showing, okay, there's cracks in the floor of the world stage. And some of us have been given gifts to be able to see these things and bring them forward. So my problem is mass manipulation, indoctrination in these schools. That now our children, if again, not mine, because mine is out, pulled out, okay, out, okay, and won't be going back, okay. So what I want to say is that we have to be paying attention to, we have to be vigilant and pay attention to certain signs. All right. So now there's being more things being pushed to protect these particular people, and there's no protection for the people that seem to be being slaughtered in the media. okay, freely with no one being held accountable for it and things like this. So like when I'm saying these things about this, I don't agree with mass manipulation, indoctrination, and someone with a clear agenda to force things on children that they should not be making decisions about their sexuality in the first place. Anyone who is allowing their child to have a sex change or be castrated or have some kind of procedure or some type of something that cannot be reversed, drugs being put in their system in order to change them when your mind is not even working properly until you're in your 20s. You don't even know who you are, what you want, or anything like this. So again, when we're doing this thing and we're putting it out as something that the masses should be able to do, it can cause a problem. Okay. You know, I think they make it that people are attacking these people when, again, really they're not. They're just telling the truth about the system, this construct that we live in, and how it actually really operates. Okay. But now they have it where they had Obama in and he started the ball rolling, and, you know, his vice is in now and he's going to keep it moving. And the thing that you need to realize is that most of these people, almost all of them, are reversed, as one of my soul siblings would say. This is a culture. It is a craft that higher up beings have been performing for a very long time. Okay. And because we have not been privy to or went into the history of theater or the church, the Catholic Church, and how they castrated boys in order to get them to be singers, okay? And we're not aware that most of these things in plastic surgery and with wigs and hair and makeup, you know, these things were even when with the big dresses back in the day and the corsets and stuff. All of these things were look at the royal families of old. It has been here. Look in the Bible when we're talking about made them both man and woman, because there's 2 or more stories of creation in that text in Genesis. And again, the Nag Hammadi states that this is turning into something else, that Adam was an androgynous being. Okay. So again, we have to realize that this is nothing new. They've been doing this behind the scenes the whole time. What they're doing is making you more comfortable with it and indoctrinating your children directly with it so that they can build the type of world and way of living that they have been hiding for so long. They want to be free. They want to be free to perform in public and do it and not be behind the scenes. And if you notice, even if you go back, well, a lot of stuff has been taken down by YouTube. You'll see that a lot of people have been exposing this the past 4, 6, something like that years. Okay. So again, I want to show you something. I'm on this website. You see where I'm at. In the last post, it seems like I'm on the news page, just to see what updates might be going on, because someone came out and said that they were going to fight to the end and that certain people deserve something. And actually, you know, right before that, you know, and this is the thing, I followed the timeline. Right before that, the person came out and said, you know, oh, you know, so-called black people are Native Americans. Now, I don't agree with that, because they're not Native Americans. They are the actual Americans. And they are the original peoples of this plane. Many of us are. Okay, if grandma said that you was Indian, or grandpa said you was Indian, or your auntie said you was Indian, or you had it in your family, what they really mean is it was illegal for them to profess that at one point in time. And because of the things that were implemented on them at those times, and the fear that was installed in them at those times, and the laws that were made to stop them from being able to claim who they were at those times, made it so these people were not too vocal about these things. Now their children, through the spirit, or through the ancestors and guides, are professing this, all right, in these times, to do your genealogy, to look to other soul siblings that are into that game, to figure out who, what, why, how it happened, and what we need to do. Okay, unite, stand on the fact that, again, first of all, we should all be standing on the fact that we are who we are, and we should be getting that information out to all people. that are us, in order for them to start doing these things on a mass level, a mass scale, so that then we can at least have that in common as we move forward to figure out the right way to do things. And we bring more intelligent people in, and children and teenagers in, and letting them know who they are, because again, who knows what's going to be going on in the next couple of, especially for those of us who have been speaking. There's a lot of stuff that is going into effect that you won't be able to do that. There's a lot of censorship and censoring and things like that at this point. Okay. So what I'm saying is, we build a certain something to stand on, something to live for, something to be proud of, something that is genuine when we do that. Okay. And so again, him coming out and saying that so-called Black people were Native Americans, 2 months, a month or two before he came out with this whole thing, I was already side-eyeing this, and I thought I did a video on it, but maybe not. I was already side-eyeing the fact that he was saying that these people were Native, but then 2 months or so you come out during all this controversy that was going on through the elections and say that you want to make a plan for so-called Black people to get reparations. Well, if you really think that we were Native, or you thought we were Indian, okay, because I know a lot of people use that because they don't know better. I think it's a very good idea for everybody to use etymology and look up indigenous, native, autochthonous, earth, the meaning that earth or the soil or land means in the biblical text also is referring to people. I think it's very important what waters being maritime people or people of the sea. Okay, seamen that came to see the Americas and other lands. So again, I'm bringing all these things up in general, but I want to show you how I don't really see any news here. And it's like almost like, where did these people go? And I want you to realize that just because they put someone in front of you, and again, they wouldn't have given him airtime or let things go viral if it wasn't a part of the plan. That's just anything that they let go viral. It's watered down, and it is deceptive when it comes to us, okay, and improving our well-being, okay. So again, well, I don't know what this here represents. I noticed that, but on this platform, we're talking about concerts, fans. 11/23, there was a album or something that dropped. 8/10/20, somebody was on this show here. 7/29 demands the concrete results with the contract. You see here 7/1. I guess this is the contract, possibly, or a portion of it. And we're just going to look through here because I'm thinking, where are they now? Where are they now? So you know how this system operates. Where are they now? Spread the word. More spreading. Or stopping the spread of. Remix something about basketball, whatever, and I'm not saying nothing but to say what's obvious, and how we have to be vigilant, and we can't just go for and trust everything that someone says. Oh, well, Ice Cube, everything's corrupt. Okay. Again, it's just like somebody sitting in front of me and doing some speech or an inauguration talking about, what are they saying? Oh, it's time to battle this war against this, I'm calling it an iris. You can add the V, okay? This iris, and again, because I think it has something to do with your eye or your third eye. So anyway, it's a more spiritual aspect to this thing. And you'll notice that because of who they're directing or blaming for the outbreak, or obviously, basically that's what they're doing. And will be, now it's a stain on those particular people's heads, and they're being looked at like, oh, when are they going to be vaccinated by the masses, which are manipulated and mind controlled, so that if you don't want to, and you don't want to accept this mark or from this sharp sickle, from this vial, then possibly you might be targeted, or you might be outcast, or you might be just have an angry mob looking at you or something of that nature. So again, we just have to be very careful and pay attention to what these people are setting up right in front of your face. The whole thing about this iris is dealing with your corona or your crown chakra and other things that are dealing with the mind and the spirit and the soul of America, which represents the people that have been targeted and will continue to be targeted until they realize who they are and who thy enemies may be. You understand what I'm saying? I have to talk like this in code a little bit, not being too direct, but I'm hoping that my people know what I'm saying, because of the attacks that will be put on people that are so-called speaking conspiracy and theorists, and speaking these things that, again, you will be targeted now if you speak or if you try to explore or reveal things about these particular people. It will be called body shaming or all of these things, even though they're not being honest about who they are and what they are. So we're just going through here real quick. You know what I'm saying? We're just going through here real quick to see if we can see anything, any updates or anything like that. And again, I feel as though, at this point, somebody that was all in your face talking about something, where are they now? And it was just brought up, the topic was brought up and it made me think about, where is that person? Because again, I was telling you guys when, at least making a couple of posts about it when you guys were speaking on this topic. Okay. All right. I was trying to explain to you how this system works and how they use people that may not be for you, that may look something like you, in order to deceive you. So I just want to know, where is all the talk now? Where is all of the fight now? What is going on at this point? Where are we just left out in the cold now? Was this just a stunt? Was this just some kind of type of, I won't say psyop, but was this some type of game being played on the minds of the masses? What they call the cattle, the chattel, or the sheep. So, again, I mean, if anybody knows any more about this, or if he has something in the background or secret that's going on, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just trying to explain to you that this is how it is. And we can pick and choose all these different leaders, so-called leaders that have come when it was supposed to be all of us in unity and in a certain consciousness from the beginning. And this is why they were giving leaders. But again, they cannot find any now, because, again, we are all the ones that we have been waiting for. OK, especially those who are waking, rising and shaking things up, that are getting the earth to quake. OK, when we talk about global warming and climate change, I've done an extensive video on that. You can check it out. It's all pertaining to the fire that we're talking about in Revelations and other books, the Kundalini burning, or this red dust, I believe, that we're talking about in the Colburn Bible. It is about something that is going on within the people. And it's just my theory that if you look back throughout the years, it's the same thing that might have been going on. Remember about Nat Turner was supposed to have a mark on his forehead or something. You see what I'm saying? And if you look at the events that were taking place during any uprisings or revolts that they really don't make public, because they want you to think that we never did that, or we never stood up or made a stand. Okay. Then you'll notice some of the similarities of these things that go on. And then all of a sudden, something comes around like we'll say shot comes along. And then they basically give it to the people, mostly you. And then they will just, it's kind of like how people say about a reset, or how people say that about programming, or how people say about brainwashing. And then you wonder why a lot of us and our ancestors can't remember much. and then you take into consideration the technology today, um, and then wonder what are they really trying to hurry up and do. Because as long as we're sitting in this energy, it is a judgment on them. It is afflicting them. It has them afraid. So again, I believe I was reading a chapter in Revelations about the crown. Hold on, don't let them, don't be in fear. Many of you will be persecuted, like prosecutors do that, don't they? Okay. Again, Revelations is all talking about the people that are in the office. And again, I'm not going to say that you elected in, because you didn't. They were selected and they were placed, because again, this is how it works. It doesn't just work for, and I mean, so we should just stop telling your children that they can be president one day, because that is a fable. It's a lie. It's a lie. All of these people have been put in place from the beginning. Okay. And and again, even though they look like you, they are not you, are they? Even though they look like you, they are not you, are they? Because they will never put an original in one of those positions or places. Okay? They want to give you the perception that they are doing so, but they will not. They will not. They will not. Just will not happen. So, again, I forget where I was a second ago with this. Yeah, but hold on, and don't let them take your crown or something like that. Many of you may be thrown into jail so that you may be tested. Now, this jail also, because again, in the Coburn Bible, it talks about the people hiding away in their dens in fear of uncertainty and sitting and waiting for something that they knew not. Again, because they did say that they were going to go ahead and give these things out weeks ago, along with the stimulus. I did a video on that if you guys want to check that out. But they did say that they were going to give these things and distribute them weeks ago. And they know a lot of people are out of work. And so now there's rumors that, they're going to give it to people, but, they'll give it to you if you are going to take the sharp sickle. Okay. So again, when we're talking about this whole thing of a crown in Christ, again, I don't like to use the term Jesus, because that is the man or the facade. That is the what is your Christ consciousness within, something that is going to be vibrating, okay, and coursing through the body of the people. Okay. All right. We'll put it in layman's terms, is the real Christos, okay? Or that which makes us the ones that we have been waiting for, okay? They've used antics in the media and in politics over the past couple of years, and with these psyops and these events that have happened, to get us to that point where they're ready to harvest something from you. And like it says in that Coburn Bible about the men were in fear. They were walking around pale in the face, because they are waiting on this, what I think, these vials that they will take from the grapes. The blood is what I'm thinking, in order to create something while we're in this level of consciousness, and these magical things are going on in our body in order to preserve them at the end of the day. And this is why there have been so many tests and all this other stuff. And this is why they're convincing people that a virus that has a 99.7% survival rate needs me to take a vaccine that may or may not, that does not even really work. I'm still going to have to wear a mask. I'm still going to have to do these obscene things. Okay. And it's only 93 or 95%. So, I just can't wrap my head around why people are not paying attention to these things. But again, I know that, maybe I should not continue this journey of speaking in this way. But again, there's something in me that is still burning. And again, it's not for any harm to be on anyone. I'm not hoping for anyone's demise. Again, I don't discriminate. I'm just saying that we need to be preserving ourselves, and we need to worry about us and our children at this point in time, because of we are at a point when there is a definite target on our backs at this point in time, where you are less likely needed now that they're letting all these people flood in from other places. Again, they're going to do what they're going to do. But while this is going on, you're going to get lost in the sauce. And all because, again, a lot of people believe in this system and they don't know what we're really dealing with. Okay? No one wants to look in history. No one wants to read the Bible because, again, I'm not religious. I don't believe in a God in that sense. I don't, whatever, but I read the Bible because I know that it's history. It just is. And, there's a way to read it. And unfortunately, church did not teach you. They taught you the wrong way. And that's why it's so hard to get some of our people to break away from that. And this is why, I do a lot of seeking in my own life and to get a better understanding, go deeper in self, connecting with nature and hidden or occult esoteric things, a lot of information, taking it in from all standpoints in order to get a better understanding and also to make people aware. So again, I've taken in the word. I know what we're looking at. The reason why I spend my time doing it, because I know a lot of our people are affected by this religious aspect. And this is why I take you through and spend so much time with definitions and showing you, because it may be just something that you're looking for and something that might be said. Again, it's not just what I am saying. I am reading it to you the way that they are speaking it to you, in a sense. So the real meaning of these words when they're using them in law, in religion, and in the school system, which are indoctrination stations in my eyes. Okay. So the way they're telling it to you in those particular institutions is the watered down version of things. Okay. In order to get on their level, when you're talking law, you're going to need a law dictionary. When you're talking, and again, the same thing, law is also scripture, okay, or the word. So, you can kind of get away with it in that sense. But at the end of the day, it's good to have these tools, dictionaries, etymology, which is the history of the word, and other tools, even your concordances and things like this. Because again, I always say, everybody is going to do everything their own way. The way that has been shown to me is the easiest, most layman way. Using English because that's what we use now. Looking at the Bible because that is the language that most of us speak now, because we have these books in our house right now. And if you have the tools to unlock the words, then you'll be able to see what it really says. And that's just mainly really what it all is. To realize what's in front of you, to use discernment, common sense. I know these things have been looked at as something that is not acceptable in society today. Just using the very eyes that you have, all of them, or the one, however people want to look at it. First, second, third, whatever eye. It's just using all of your tools in order to decipher, we're really not dealing with truth in the justice system. It's basically what someone can prove. So again, and that's what I do with the words. That's what I do. That's just my giving back. I don't believe in sharing too much of my journey with others. I'm a very private person. I don't like people in my home or my business like that. I keep a barrier of protection around me and mine that are in this particular house. And again, I just think that part of me is not for the world to view. If someone is looking for that type of healing, that's not my particular specialty to tell other people how. There are a vast amount. If you're on my page, if you're on my if you're on my page, if you're in my group, that I share plenty of things from other people. That's why I built the group in my page like I did, because everybody is looking for something. So I put my light workers, my spiritual people that can help you tap into different levels and see things on different levels. I put, or conscious people, or just whatever. Anybody that's spreading information about law, anybody that's spreading it, because again, it's up to you to do your own research and for you to discern these things on your own. I always say that I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. It's just, I just am here to open up little portals for you to remember, to help you remember. It's the same way that it worked for me also, is to realize what I'm seeing, realize the message or the information that's coming in, interpret that information, go seek into these tools to see where else I can correlate that, put it together in a sense, and share it with the people. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. And other people build in different ways, and so I support them. Anybody that is doing something in a grand light to help people in general deserve to be compensated. Again, I know there's a lot of talk about that going around, but there's also portions of this that should not be, in my eyes only. And I'm not judging anyone who does it differently, because everybody is different. Okay. I get misunderstood by a lot of people, I feel. And so again, that's no problem. I really don't care, but I do like to clear things up if I did not speak in the terms. There's a lot of miscommunication that goes on because people don't directly approach people or say anything, but we all kind of think that people can read minds, right? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just try to put it in certain terms to make it easy for those who are coming and walking with me or stumbled across my page that might be looking for it to be said in that light. But there are some people that are way more advanced and way more intelligent in certain areas than I. I'm just someone who has eyes to see and ears to hear. And so I can detect things within those arenas and decipher them and share them with the people using these people's own words. I may add something from the spiritual aspect or from a deeper aspect that is put on my heart to say, but at the end of the day, we're still sticking and following along with what is being displayed. Okay. So again, that's just my portion. I can help with other portions and do other things if someone would like me to do so.